Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like Kung Fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want it. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.
All right, you guys, you can shut up now because we're in an S2000. Like, enough of you have commented on the video, so we found one here in the Lower Mainland, and a really awesome one as it is. I mean, just look at this car. It's fully done out, it's fully modified, what I would call a nice and complete build. Wide body, big wing, square stance, 265s all around, and guess what? Supercharged.
I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain I can endure.
How's it going, guys? My name's John. This is my 2006 Honda S2000. I've had the car, I think this is my 6th year with it. When I bought it, it was 100% stock. The only thing on it was a test pipe, and then as you can see, it's slowly transformed into what you see right now. Full wide body kit, supercharger, hardtop, pretty much almost everything you can do to it, suspension, steering, all that good stuff.
Obviously with the S2000, it's front engine, but it's front mid-engine, right? Kind of like an SLS AMG in that respect, if I would want to make a comparison like that. But the engine is very far back in the engine bay, behind the front axle. So technically speaking, it's a mid-engine car. The cool thing about this car too is it's not just a show car. I mean, usually you'll meet guys with wide body kits and stuff and big wings, and it'll be, you know what, they're wiping it down, they're polishing it every second day, and they never actually drive it. Whereas this car is actually, it's driven. It's got the grip, steering wheel's in a great position. Love these Nardi wheels, deep dish wheel. Shifter's like a hand length away, it's perfect.
You know, I like Honda for the reliability, and you can't go wrong with their rear-wheel drive sports cars that with the, you know, like the NSX and the S2000. They're both really good cars, so I decided to go with that. And it's, you know, over time too, they're rarer. You don't see too many of them on the roads, like 350Zs, you see a ton of them. So I'm really happy. This kit doesn't produce like crazy horsepower. Maybe, I think I'm pushing about 10 pounds of boost right now. So it's pretty good, and you get that nice linear power from a supercharger kit, whereas turbos, you know, a little bit more headache, tapping into oil pans and all sorts of stuff like that. So it took me a while. I installed everything myself on the car. So it's been going really good. I'm putting down 363 wheel horsepower, tuned up by the guys down in Washington, Speed Factory. They did a really good job, and, you know, thanks to those guys.
All right, so my only experience as far as the S2000 goes is driving that AE86 a couple weeks back with an engine out of a S2000 AP1. In that car, VTEC, very pronounced, you know, you could hear it, you could feel it immediately when you pass, like, you know, kind of 5,500 RPM. With the supercharger on it, basically, the power band's super linear. You don't really feel VTEC, you know, it feels kind of like a straight up just normal, naturally aspirated engine, and above 4,000 RPM you get a really smooth surge of power that's, you know, frankly, it's unlike a turbocharger in so many ways. It's like, up top, it actually kind of feels like a turbo in the way the torque delivers, but it's just a lot smoother and more constant. You don't have to wait for the turbo to spool up at all. Right when you hit the gas, it's there immediately, obviously, because it's belt driven versus exhaust driven. If you want a good balance between straight line speed, I mean, over 360 at the wheels is great. It's a great balance.
initially it was insane, like going from stock to this, because you're almost doubling your wheel horsepower essentially. So it was a big change, but then I bought a bike, a sports bike, a 600cc. So this made this car feel so slow now, because the bike, you pick up speed so fast. So, but going on to my favorite roads and stuff, I just like getting out there. You know, it's hard to go fast in the city. I live in Vancouver, so it's a little bit difficult every once in a while. But the odd time you can open it up, stretch the legs a little bit, and just got a really good feeling. Nice linear power with the supercharger. You know, you don't have the turbo lag or anything like that. As soon as you're over 4,000 RPM, this thing just pulls and pulls and pulls until I think the red line's set on this thing at 85. So you get pretty good power band right there. I'm running non-staggered 265s all around on the RE11s, the Bridgestones. And then for the wheels, they're 18 by 10.5 front and rear. It's really hard to find good rims for a stock S2000 body just due to the high offset. So I really like the concave of the wheels, and decided to pull the trigger on that. Talking with my friend Stefan, he is the owner of Circuit Garage, who created the wide body. I remember going to his shop when it was just clay on his car, and I was like, yeah, this is the kit once it finally gets made. It took a long time, maybe about a year, waiting for the kit to come and get fully produced and stuff, so I'm happy with the result as well.
I can't get over the S2000 gauge cluster. I really didn't think I was gonna like it the first time I stepped in this car, but you know, it grows on you, and having a digital speed actually is something that, you know, it works. It works even on the street. In the corner of your eye, you can see everything you need to see. Very smooth. Oh, and it's so loud. Steering is extremely tight. Very good. Something, in my opinion, as far as driver inputs go on the inside of cars, the one thing for me that the manufacturer or aftermarket or whoever has to get absolutely right for me to really enjoy a car is a good steering rack and really good steering feel, because that is the thing that's directly connecting you to the road, that and the tires, and that's the thing that's, if anything, is going to inspire confidence, really. So once you have the steering, I mean, everything pretty much falls into place. 265s on the front feel fantastic.
The hood is a VIS replica of a spoon hood, and I chose the carbon fiber just because I already had the Mugen carbon fiber hardtop, so it all kind of blended in together. I had the wing for a long time. I was just trying to figure out how to fabricate some wing stands on it, and ended up finding these guys online, the Battle Arrow wing stands, and then I kind of got them to custom cut a little bit for me, and then I was able to make it work with the wing I had currently, and now it's a nice chassis mounted rear wing. And then I've got 2 Recaro pole position seats in it. Mainly I got the seats and the steering wheel just for height constraint, to kind of not adjustable telescoping steering wheel, so it's kind of tough to play around with fitting myself in there. So went with the Nardi steering wheel and then the Recaros, and best mod ever. I highly suggest any tall guys out there to get some a seat and a steering wheel. Make your life a lot easier in these S2000s.
So as someone who loves turbochargers and loves forced induction in general, I think, for the most part, I mean, I've driven a ton of turbo cars. I've driven a ton of NA cars. It's very different from, like, if somebody got into this car, if I got into this car, not having known that it was supercharged, I would have kind of sensed that something was up, just because you still get that kind of torque surge as you're climbing up the rev range. But honestly, I don't think I would have been able to pinpoint it. It feels NA, which is exactly what you want in a car like this. It keeps the spirit of what Honda designed the S2000 to be, but it just adds that extra layer of power that brings it up to a point that it's not like when you're at a car meet or something and someone asks how much power your car has and you have to say 240. I mean, there's no number to laugh at, but when a car looks like this, you want to have the power to back it up, and this car definitely does. The one thing that really stood out to me for the back of the car, aside from the wing, is these taillights. All LED, they're bright as hell, and then when you throw it in reverse, the white lights look phenomenal. I love the way they look. The hips of the car too with the wide body, I think it flows really nicely. I think this is one of the nicest wide body kits I've seen that kind of, it keeps the stock kind of shape of the car, but it just kind of accentuates the curves that were already there, that already made the car look good in the first place.
I didn't actually see it when I bought it. I had to work, so I sent my dad. We've looked at a couple together. I think I was looking for a car for about 6 months for an S2000. I narrowed it down and just kept my eye online every day, refresh, trying to find something. And yeah, I had to go to work, so I sent my dad out. It was a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but I'm really glad I did, because it was super clean car. It was super low K when I bought it, so it's pretty much like brand new car when I picked it up. And I remember my dad came by my work, and he dropped the car off in the parking lot just so I could take a look at it. And let me tell you, it was the longest shift of my life, waiting to get off so I could go drive this thing. I think I had another 6 hours in my shift to go, and I just couldn't wait to get off work to get out and drive this thing. So it was really nice. Went for a rip with my dad at night, and yeah, never looked back. Best purchase ever.
I'm really glad too, you guys, that I brought this onto one of my favorite roads out here in Mexico, obviously, because we always are filming in Mexico, clearly. But I don't know, I'm having a lot of fun. This car is extremely balanced. It's sticky, it's planted, and those 265s up front, I mean, you huck it in, no tire squeal, nothing like that. It sets and it sticks, and then you just power out with a great amount of torque and power. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is an awesome build. If you have any questions, hit us up in the comments below. Remember, new videos every single Tuesday and Thursday. We also have a podcast every Wednesday on iTunes and wherever else you guys download your podcasts. So remember to listen to that. Head on over to roadsandtravel.net, where we've got, you know, photos, bonus content, everything like that, driving routes as well. So check that out. Be sure to subscribe. See you guys next time.